Messi! Messi!
Gonna heave one is
A trick, and Pat Garrity
Hi ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jacob Rudner here alongside Noah Cameras and Ariel Putterman, and welcome back to dTSPN. To kick off our episode like we usually do, we're going to go to the fantasy section, and to kick that off, we are going to have the fan fantasy question of the week. If you want your question heard on a future episode of dTSPN, make sure to send that in either through the comments below on Twitter at dTSPN 2015 or on Instagram at dTSPN. Our first question is from Tim Wynn, and he's asking us, what should fantasy owners do with Marvin Jones? Should they hold on to him for the playoffs or not, as his production has been a little bit weak lately? What do you think?
I'm going to say no. I mean, Marvin Jones has really not done that much. And the problem is, in most leagues, if you have a trade deadline, it's already passed. So you can't trade him anymore. And I mean, I'd keep him on your bench, but I would not start him. I mean, there's just nothing good coming up. He has the Saints, Bears, Giants, Cowboys, and then Packers at the end. And I mean, I think Golden Tate's really going to do well. But I don't see much out of Marvin Jones. I don't think he's worth keeping.
Our second question this week is from Jared Shapiro, and he asked us whether or not he should start Mark Ingram of the Saints or he should start Rashad Jennings of the Giants. Who should he go to this week?
I'm going to say Mark Ingram this week. He had a hot game last week, and I think that Rashad Jennings, he's not a reliable running back. Mark Ingram's been more reliable this year, so right now I'd start him.
So moving on, we have our 1 minute drill. We debuted it last week, and it's going to come back again this week. If you don't remember what that was, what we're going to do is we're going to put a minute on the clock, and I'm going to go around and we're going to all give our predictions for this week in football that can actually potentially help you guys in fantasy football. We're going to start with you. What do you have?
My first one, I have the Panthers are going to go to Seattle. The Panthers are 4-7 right now, and Seattle's 7-3-1. I think they're going to go to Seattle, who's undefeated at home. I think they're going to beat Seattle.
My first one's going to be that we're going to go to Detroit. We're going to give it to Anquan Boldin. He had a really good week last week, and this week he's going to have another one, and he's going to have another touchdown. What's yours?
Mine's going to be Sammy Watkins. He's healthy now, and I think he's going to show that. He's going to have 5+ receptions and about 100 yards against the Raiders this week.
My next one is DeAndre Hopkins. I think he's going to go off. He's going to have 10+ catches, 150 yards, and a touchdown, and only one game this year he's been over 100 yards.
My second one's going to be with Brandon Marshall. He only has 2 touchdowns this season, and this week I think he's getting his third, and he's going to have his third 100-yard receiving game. What's your next?
I think that Breeze is going to continue his hot streak. He's going to throw 4 touchdowns, and the Saints are going to upset the Lions.
My next one is Todd Gurley. He has not had 100 yards one time this year. I think that's going to change. He's going to go over 100, and he's going to get a touchdown against the Patriots.
This next one's about Brandon Cooks. I think he has at least 75 yards and a touchdown last week. He did absolutely 0 last week.
I think Lamar Miller, he's going to have less than 50 total yards against the Packers. He's really going to struggle.
Moving on, we have segment number 3, and this one's called Surprise Surprise. It's our new segment, and what that is we're going to go through the NBA right now, and we're going to give you the biggest surprises of the season so far. First, we're going to start out with the Lakers, the Lake Show. They've been great this season. Nobody really expected it. Why are they so good, and why are they surprised?
I mean, you have to start off on top with Luke Walton. He's just brought an energy. He's really bringing the chemistry to this team. And right now they have the best bench in the league. The bench comes in. They give him 55 a game. They have Lou Williams, Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance really leading that bench. And I want to talk about Nick Young for a second because he was almost cut off this team. And Luke Walton decided to keep him. They gave him a clean slate. He stayed. He's now a starter. He's an all-around player. He's shooting. He's bringing energy. And he's really playing great defense, which is something you never thought I'd hear about Nick Young.
Our second surprise of the season is DeMar DeRozan. Why is he such a surprise?
I mean, all he's been doing is scoring. He's averaging about 30 points, and Lowry and Valanciunas are both struggling. So DeRozan's kept them afloat and actually led them to a really good record so far.
Our third surprise is going to be the Wizards. And this is a surprise because they're saying that John Wall and Bradley Beal are their future, but their future's looking pretty dark. Yeah. Why are they such a surprise?
Yeah, I mean, so they've been the opposite. Like, they have not been good. And like you said, if their future is going to be Wall and Beal, then it's not looking good. They don't have a future because right now they're losing a lot, and Wall can't lead this team, so they're going to have to tank and get some help for Wall.
Next, we got James Harden. We all know he's great, but he has made the surprise list. Tell everybody why.
I mean, when we saw that he moved from shooting guard to point guard, we thought he'd be good, but no one expected this. He's averaging about 30 points still, and he's actually leading the league in assists. He's averaging about 12 a game, and he's actually led the Rockets to a really good record so far.
So not all of our surprises are good things. This one is Evan Turner. Why is he a surprise?
Well, he was paid 4 years, $70 million by the Blazers to come in, and so far he's down from last year in points, steals, assists, rebounds, and shooting percentage. He only averages 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists in 25 minutes. He has not been what the Trailblazers were looking for.
$70 million down the drain. Next, we have the Timberwolves. Why are they on our list?
Well, they're well under 500 already, which is not a good start. Towns and Wiggins have both been playing well, but not good enough to lead this team to wins. Mm-hmm. And Chris Dunn, he hasn't panned out yet. He's struggling. And I think right now, with Garnett retired, they should look for a veteran leader in the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm. Our final segment of the day is soccer. We don't usually talk about soccer, but you know what? This week we got a big one. This week is El Clasico, Barcelona against Real Madrid this Saturday, December 3rd. It is the 173rd Clasico. All-time, Real Madrid has 72 wins in the series. Barcelona only coming in with 68. They've tied it up 32 times. Really what we got to look for, Ronaldo this week, he's coming in really hot. He had a hat-trick against rival Atletico Madrid. It really makes him a strong contender to win for them to win this game. Who do you think is going to win this one and why?
I have Real Madrid. I think they're coming in hot. Right now, they're first in the standings. They're 6 points ahead of Barcelona. I think they're going to continue the hot streak. Barcelona has been struggling lately. They have 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5 games, and I think that Real Madrid's going to take it and be 9 points up in the standings.
And who's your winner?
I'm also going to go with Real Madrid. Ronaldo's just too good. He's the best player in the world right now, and I think he's going to score a goal, and then he's going to lead this team to victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this week's episode of dTSPN. See you later. Have a good one.